Say that again, Cosmo.
As long as the money's coming in.
What's in the Tory Lanes?
Oh, goodness. Welcome to another hot episode of Pop Radio.
Yes, sir. Ski.
And of course, we're happy to be here. We're happy to be with you guys. We're happy to give you another really hot episode. We've got a really hot guest for today. Somebody who I think everybody's just been like singing his praises, loving his music, digging the vibe. You know what I mean? And he's a man of the moment, and I think it's going to be a dope one, huh?
Yes, sir. Should we say his name? No. We might just find out by surprise. Can we?
I mean, it's on the label of the album of the
show.
So it's already in anyway. So
Go
we
ahead,
are going to
Cos.
be chatting to Blxckie today. Thank you very much. So we are going to be chatting to Blxckie today, just about his music, his come up, his life right now, how things have changed.
Yep.
Because he's the new kid on the block, and I'm quite keen to kind of get a sense of where he's kind of taking himself and where his head is at as well.
Me too, Cosmo. Exactly what she said.
Yeah. But before we get into all the nitty-gritties of chatting to Blxckie, let's get into the music.
Hold on. I dig the combo. I love what you've done with the gold. And you are wearing a lot of accessories chain-wise now. And I see you doubled accessorized with the cultural chain too.
Oh yeah, I had to re-up on another one.
The cultural bracelet.
The roly.
Showcase.
Yes, I did get another one. All right, so we're getting into the music, and my artist for this week actually comes from Durban.
Which one?
All right, so the song that I'm actually going to chat about is from Celestial Mike.
Yo.
Yeah, he's a really dope artist coming through from Durban. So, okay, just the background. DJ Wobbly and his boys, they've basically banded together to create a record company called Makhathini Records. So it's DJ Wobbly, Celestial Mike, Dando, Skindi. I think there's a couple of other artists as well. Some of them featured on DJ Wobbly's tune as well, Yebo Malume with Costa. Anyway, so Wobbly hits me up. He's like, yo, this is our new record label. We're called Makhathini Records. Throughout May, they were releasing new songs every Friday.
Yes.
Called Makhathini Mayhem. Obviously talking to May. I was like, yo, this is
That's
really
a dope concept.
Yeah, because they're banding together. They're coming through. They're like, yo, we're trying to make sure Durban's back on the map. A, B, C, D. And then I came across this one song also because I was in Durban in May for 2 weekends in a row. And I heard the song over and over. And I was like, oh, the song is clean. The song is clean. Shout out to me Turner. She's the one who put me on.
To me, turn.
I also sing it every time I hear her name. Anyway, so Celestial Mike, Etegwini.
Yeah.
I love the song also because it gives me a very like, you know that feeling you got when you first heard Dream Team, when you were just like, yo, they're giving you this freshness that's coming out of Dubai, and all you want to do is be from Etegwini because this is what they're about. That's what the song gives me. It gives me that same feeling that I had the first time I heard Dream Team. So I'm really digging it. Shout outs to Celestial Mike. Shout outs to Makhathini Records. I really think what they're doing to band together is kind of bringing the camaraderie back into hip hop.
Right.
So shout outs to the boys.
I love the fact that you spoke about Celestial Mike, bro. You are right. He's fucking amazing. And yeah, big ups to him. I did feature him on my radio show when I used to do one last year because I went to Durban, did an event, and he was performing there. He did like 3-4 songs, and I was just lost my mind. So I'm really, really happy, Cosmo, that you just mentioned that and obviously gave us a lot more in-depth about the Makhathini. Because Wobbly, I've seen Wobbly like posting it up on Instagram, but I wasn't really sure. So that was really, really an informative music drop.
I got you.
We both went for that.
I'm bombing myself right now. What you want?
Showcase. And then for me, honestly, it's really tough listening to music right now. I haven't been listening to music. I'm enjoying silence a lot. If I'm not silent, I'm working on other things that don't really involve music. Yeah, I'm just sorry.
What's going on? Your Google?
No, I'm just moving into other areas.
Okay.
You know, I think I'm growing as a creative director, and a lot of work that I'm getting right now is in a creative direction sphere. I'm doing another show, and on this show, there's a music segment and there's an art and customization segment.
Dope.
And I'm not in the music segment. You know, they said, we heard you saying you want to leave music, so we're putting you in the art segment, you know. So it isn't us in dragger in another direction. And I used to listen to music to get answers.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to music to enjoy, to be honest. So umculo womjuxuzo, I don't register with it very well. So for now, I'm not listening to a lot of music, but I am going to say Makhathini dope boy mfethu. Awuze nale album.
I mean, come on with it.
It's been 2 years now. We've been talking about you.
Where are you?
He's been dropping visuals.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And his aesthetic just looks different from everything that's happening now, the voice. But I'm just waiting for him. I mean, Blxckie came and dropped.
Yeah.
And Makhathini, you've been out here longer than Blxckie. You know? But no rush. I know you like to take your time, but just really like saying like we need that thing.
No
right
rush, but like move faster. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. All right. So we are going to invite our guests to come through for the chat, obviously, here on Pop Radio. Blxckie is coming up. Yeah. You are man of the moment right now. I think everybody's kind of looking.
Oh, yeah?
He likes that, like, oh, really? Is that me? That's you, bro. That's you. So you're man of the moment right now. I mean, obviously, when we're looking from a hip hop perspective, there hasn't been a new kid on the block for a while. You know what I mean? I think the last kid who kind of got a lot of attention possibly was maybe Costa.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah. And it's nice to kind of see someone kind of come in and do it with such ease and everybody supporting and everybody kind of having your back. I don't know, like, how are you working with it? Because, you know, sometimes people are just like, yo, I got next. And then they don't have next. And then it's like, okay, Botini. So, like, were you, like, you knew you were going to be here?
Yeah, like, I knew. Like, I've never said it, like, in person to someone, like, be like, yeah, no, I'm next. I've always said it, like, in the music and stuff like that. Because in my head, it's always been something that's going to happen. A lot of things that happen now, like, I already saw it. And it's like, it's just dope to be in the moment. But, like, yeah, I got the Ngibone Shandis.
Showcase. Let's take it all the way back since you mentioned Shandis and them. Obviously, looking at you, listening to you, people might just think, Joburg. But it was, to my surprise, to find out you were from Durban. Or let's say KZN. And Yaza Durban. Where are you from?
I'm from Durban in Sydenham Heights.
You're from the NIMS? Showcase, born and bred there.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. And then, when did you come to Joburg?
I came to Joburg a few times, but this run started last year in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
What caused the run?
Lockdown.
Yeah, because lockdown sometimes might have kept people sitting down.
Yeah.
Might have kept people indoors and saying, ish, how are we going to deal with this thing? You know, COVID is just messing with us. We're not really good creatively. But you kind of use that to then say, okay, well, here's my advantage, which I don't think a lot of artists actually managed to do.
No, they were still wallowing in the sorrow of not getting bookings.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? They were still trying to cope with the shock of the system.
So with lockdown, what was it that kind of sparked it for you to be like, you know what, let's actually take advantage of this thing?
So I was still in school. I came to visit 808 Sihle, like just before the first 21 days started, and then while I was there, like it hit, and then I couldn't go back to school or couldn't go back to Durban at all. So while we were there, Lucas Raps came over, like within a week of the first 21 days. Lucas Raps came over, Shubi Yuang came over, Young Saruno came over. So they just us there at camp. We were just making music the whole time, and with us, it wasn't like, I mean, with me, I wasn't really like getting gigs and stuff like that. I was still just trying to work on the craft and everything. So the lockdown just helped me just elevate everything and just, you know, try to make more songs every day, try to like, you know, perfect this whole thing. And yeah, I think that's what it helped with.
Sure. Influences, Zako, growing up, was it always music? Like, what were some of the things you were into when you were growing up that got you into this hip-hop road?
Hip hop is like a very late thing. I was listening to a lot of deep house, a lot of house music, a lot of.
You would never say that
ever.
He's got the whole hip hop swag on lock. But you know what they say? The house cats always kind of lean on the hip hop swag, so maybe that's what it is.
Sure, like I was on Black Coffee. You know what I'm saying? Nasty
Black
Nev,
Coffee, jeez.
the whole vibe, like before the whole 20.
How old were you then?
6 to 12. Like that's
You
what
got any
that's the type of
siblings?
stuff. I got an older brother and a younger sister.
Sure.
My older brother was the one that got me into.
That's
like,
why I asked that question.
Because like Blxckie and like he's the one that used to blast like those songs and like the classics, and that's
Deep
that's what it was
house.
about.
Yangena nini ke ngoku hip hop?
Yeah, hip hop
Yangena
was.
nini njani?
It was more of like a hobby. Like when I got into high school, cause like I was learning Isingesi. I didn't really know Isingesi until like late in primary school. So
Sure.
I just used to always like write and like read a lot, and then I just took it overboard and started like writing my own things. You know what I'm saying, poetry and all that. And then yeah, I just got into music towards the end of high school. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm trying to do.
Oh,
Decision well made, bruv.
man. Definitely. And of course, obviously coming through from Durban, there's a lot of hip hop influences that might have also piqued your interest as an artist from Durban, seeing the likes of Dream Team, the likes of Nasty coming from Durban,
WTF.
WTF.
Show.
Like hip hop in
Yeah.
Durban has just got its own like wave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Who were your people that you were kind of looking at from your side? Not necessarily Joburg, but just like KZN, where you were like, yo, that dude, he's doing it right.
When I really got into it, it was Witness the Funk, like especially like Efelo. Like I used to look at him a lot and be like, yeah, no, this is the real swag right here.
For
This is
real.
the drip right here.
For real.
It was Ivy and Neptune. I don't know if you know those guys. Yeah, and then like from the hood, it was Squad 6. They from Sydney. They used to like inspire me a lot because they came from the hood and they were rapping about whatever they're coming from, and
Sure.
that was something I related to. So I was like, yeah.
I mean, I want to also shout out Golden Black.
Yeah,
Golden
I was
Black,
about to
for
mention
sure,
them as
for
well.
sure,
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah, and then Jaws, and then like the rest of my friends that I carried on making music with. Like as time went by, I wasn't really about like listening to a lot. I was just like about making music for us and our friends, stuff that we like, and then it kind of translated to the people that were listening to it, and then yeah, that's how the traction really started. It all started in Durban. Like people think you figure line and it was all quick and all that. Nah, like in Durban, I was doing a lot of things.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What was some of the reaction you were also kind of getting when you start kind of performing in spaces in Durban? Because I know it's very tough for people to kind of break into a scene, and they'll just be like, now why must we pay attention to you, Uvelapi? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was that like for you to kind of get people to say, okay, actually this guy might just have something?
With like we are on the internet a lot, Clout Internet Boyz. Shout out to Voltron and Leo and Soul Kid. We are on like the internet a lot, just really trying to figure out, like doing our research about the umculo and what they really like. And we found out good, like people don't really want to wait for like umculo. People don't really want to wait for you to figure out to go to Funogwenza, and they want to hear the whole process. So while you're trying to figure out your sound, like drop like 5 songs and just like we'll see what we do with it, but like it's good to because we are fans and we want to hear what you're doing, so it's good to have that. So yeah, within that, like after we figured that out, we were like, let's drop like a whole tape. So on the 25th of December in I want to say 2018, but I think it was 2019. We did 25 songs, and then we dropped that. And then people are like, yo, these guys are crazy. Like they don't really care about like the whole, system and how people are doing it like outside of it. And that's what I'm saying. Like we weren't really listening to a lot. We were just, in our own bubble trying to figure out our own thing. So yeah, it was dope to see that, and it's dope to connect with the fans on that level. And then yeah, that built like a whole a very good foundation, like Panataguin for me and the rest of my friends.
Dope.
When were you born?
1999.
I want the day and the month.
The day and the month, the 24th of November.
November, which makes you a
Sagittarius.
word. I do this because I feel like if I know a person on a level that is outside of music, on a character level, on a personal level, it makes me listen to the music a little bit better,
Sure.
So as a Sag, I kind of get it now, Very shy Sag, I must say, but it comes out on the records.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you think are your strengths, and what are some of the things that you think are your weaknesses? As a person, not even a musician, because I'm yet to find a weakness there. So as a person.
As a person, like my strengths, like I don't know, I do a lot of like self introspection. I don't know where it comes from, but then like this one time, like I give payment song, right? But then this one time I smoked and I smoked too much.
Sure.
And then like
That happens to a lot of people.
I smoked too much, and then like something happened. Like I was just like thinking a lot, like a lot of stuff was just linking in my head, and then I went crazy. So I didn't smoke.
Touch it again.
I didn't touch it again. But then after that, I was like, I really think about myself a lot. I think about the space I'm in. I think about the people that are around me like a lot. Like I think about it a lot, and like we're like going through like this whole phase of like umculo and all that, and like the whole hype and everything. I feel like that like keeps me grounded and
Sure.
very centered, so I can like keep on doing my work and all that. Also another strength is just when I came to Jersey, I was like, nah, so seven, like, I'm not trying to do anything else.
That's so
That's all I'm trying to do, and that comes from that whole thing. Good thing, guys. Me, no see thing, guys. Good things always in.
That's your real name, Sihle.
Yeah.
Surname?
Sithole.
Yeah. We want that out there because we have a segment on the show where we ask people, you know the rapper name, but we want the government name.
And we always fail.
Yeah.
Every time.
Without a doubt. Sihle Sithole. Sorry.
No, I was just about to say, I love how you look at your world holistically and you're very focused on what you want.
Sorry, since he said he's an introspective guy, he gave us the strengths, waiting for the weaknesses.
Yeah, the weaknesses. I feel like, I don't know, basically, I'm cool about a lot of things. Like
Overthinker.
I don't know, it tends to make me like very soft at times. That's why I try to stay away from Abantu, like just in my workplace in Jersey. I try to stay inside and do my work because like I know that interactions with people like and the whole, interpersonal relationships, it really, sometimes it doesn't go in the long run. So, because I know myself, I'm a very weak person, I'm very compassionate. I care about
You're a sensitive soul, huh?
Yeah,
it comes out on the album. It definitely does. And you're robust and hard as well. It also comes out.
Yeah. So I think that's if I had to have weakness, that would be the one.
Got you.
I see that. All right. So obviously, looking at you and the direction you've kind of taken, you've been very like focused on your strategy to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do now. This is what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to get to that. You mentioned that you left Durban and you were still in school.
Yeah.
What phase of school were you in at that point for you to kind of then say, this thing's not working for me? Let me rather just...
I was working on a Bachelor of Social Science, majoring in psychology and...
Damn, don't we have a soundbite for that? We need two. We need a bomb and some headshots.
I mean, give him all.
All right, give it to him.
I was working on that, and I was in my final year, dog. I was in my final year.
You see that?
Ongasabi, Nomzamo also came in the game and she went back to get her marketing degree and helped out a lot.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I think about education is that you can always go back.
Showcase.
Even if you're like 50 and you say, I want to finish that thing. But weren't your parents like, oh, dude, you were just there?
Yeah, for sure. Like, in Bazumi, like my parents, like the whole lockdown thing. So when I got here, I was working like a lot, like making a lot of music and stuff like that. I already had a name in Durban, so I was working on just getting like features and like selling beats. I was making beats a little bit at the time. And like with lockdown, there wasn't any way to spend your money. So I was just saving the whole time for the whole 21 days, even when longer than 21 days. So when I went back to Durban, like I was just like, hey, man, take this. This is what I have from Jersey, and this is what I'm trying to do. So they thought about it for a while, and then when I come back to them, I was like, yo, let's have a conversation about this thing, because this whole school thing, I don't think I want to do it. And like she understood it. She really, I don't know if it was because of what I did or it's because like I really, I had a complete explanation. You could see this is how I'm trying to do. This is the plan, and if by this time I'm not here, then obviously I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna see my family, sing Cosmo.
Backup plan.
It worked out. Should we get into the album?
We can.
How much time has passed?
I mean,
13 minutes.
We've got more than enough time to get into the album.
I want to talk about your impressions of Johannesburg when you did get here. I also love the fact that you waited a long time to profess the relationship that you had with Nasty. Like, even the visuals. You shot that a long time ago, right? Because he's overseas and you put out the visuals of what you guys have done.
Yeah, I don't even know what month was it? Yeah, it was just before he left, actually.
Were you conscious of the fact that you don't, like I said it on POPcast, that a cosign didn't come, you really got and hunted it for yourself? Were you conscious of the fact that, when I do this, I want it to be on my own merit and not because someone...
Yeah, for sure. Like, every time I explain the thing of sneaking into, like, his rehearsals and stuff like that, like, I say, I didn't really want to greet him like that, because he was in his zone and whatever, and anyone else...
And he be in the zone.
You know what I mean? So anyone else that saw him in that zone would be like, I'm going to greet him very, it's just the in and out. So I was like, nah, I don't want to do any of that. I just want to work. towards it until I get to a point where it's like ming and bing, it's like a thing.
It's a peer.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it is dope to see it come full circle and get the
and now obviously the relationship was also just like flourishing because obviously you guys are interacting on social media. People can see the relationship, and I think it's also good from a camaraderie perspective because I guess it kind of looks like the baton is being passed.
For sure.
And are you running with it?
Very much so.
And it's from the same city, which is also dope. And also another one that shocked me was Lucas Raps.
Yeah.
Where is he from in Durban?
I don't even know where Lucas is from in Durban.
Lucas, Shisana. How did, you said that you would go to their place or they'd come to the place where you were staying to make beats? Just talk to us about how that relationship flourished because the chemistry on wax is dope.
Yeah. So Geek Fam is the guy that produced the song with Nasty, the Year Times 4. He's from Durban also. They very like close with Lucas. So he used to go to Durban to Geek's place in Durban North to go record there. And yeah, for a while he used to do that, but I didn't really know Lucas like that, and it wasn't. I didn't see a need to go there. But then one day I was at Ulo with Shizzy and Leo, and like we saw Lucas's post. He's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Geek Fam. We're going to make some music." And I was like, boys in. This is the time. Today we're crashing this thing. Whatever happens, we're going there. So yeah, we took like a few taxis from Shizzy's place, Air Volca, and then we ended up there at Geek's place. And yeah, that's the first time I met Lucas. Like the energy was dope. Like we made I don't know how many songs that night. It was just crazy.
Volca is in Durban, so you met him in Durban.
Yeah.
Oh, not in Joburg.
Nah, I met Lucas in Durban before I decided to do the move here. And then when I came to Josie, he was like one of the people that was like, nah, you can't go back to Durban anymore.
Shout outs for that love, bro.
Yeah, man. And obviously, like you can hear it in the music. It's so organic, like it's just free spirited, and you guys are obviously always got that vibe and the work going together. But there's that song with Flame. What's it called? It's Stripes. Yes. Because I know there's another Is song, so I keep forgetting it. So I'm
Sega.
old, guys. Bear with me. No. Anyway, so Stripes is fresh, and that's one relationship that you only made when you were in Joburg.
Yeah,
It wasn't a relationship you created in Durban. But like I said, the energy comes through so well, and it kind of meshes so well in the song that you would think that you guys have actually known each other for that long.
Yeah.
How did that song actually come together for you, especially working with somebody as dope as Flame?
When I was in Durban, like plotting the move to Josie, I was like, Flame is one of the people I need to work with.
Yeah.
Like I used to listen to his music a lot, him and Zuchi. So when I got here, yeah, the whole thing was me just posting, my snippets. Like every time I record a dope song, well, any song, like I post the snippet just for people to hear it. Like as I said, people want to hear like the progress and whatever. And he heard it and he commented and he's like, yo, let's do something. And I sent it to him like the same day. The song was done. I just took out my second verse and I gave it to him, and it's like, you can take the second verse. So yeah, he did that, and we did the whole process. Like we waited for like I don't know how many weeks for us to drop it on the DSPs and whatever. And I only met him when we did the video, which is like a month or two later.
That's crazy.
So yeah. And
Is the video out yet?
Yeah, the video's out. Stress video.
Yeah, I also haven't checked it out as yet, but I'll definitely do that.
I was gonna ask. I love the fact that you called yourself Osomnyaman. Why?
Somnyama.
Tell you why. Somnyama, sorry. Because everybody is obsessed with being more light-skinned.
For sure.
And obviously, as a kid, were you always teased about your complexion? And is it something that you had to own?
Yeah. I was like towards the end of primary school, beginning of high school, like I used to get, teased about it a little bit. But
and that also because you're a sensitive dude. That must have gotten to you, right?
Sure. Yeah. As I said, like I think a lot about it. But then, with that came like the whole, hip hop, like the culture and stuff like that. Like it taught me a good see, like you can't give anyone like ammunition like that.
That's why I love you, hip hop. School didn't do it. Books didn't do it. It was fucking verses, choruses, and ad libs.
Hip hop, a dog. Hip hop.
I love that, man. And I wanted to ask that. I knew it could go either way, but I wanted to ask that because we talk about the fact that people are not willing to be vulnerable. People are not willing to expose themselves.
Sure.
Even when sometimes their negative has become a positive. And all these kids, there's so many kids that go through different situations, be it a girl or a boy,
Yeah.
And when you the people that these kids look up to can say it wasn't always rosy, you know. I wasn't always jumping out of Viano backstage, greeting Ricky, and then saying what's up to Vinny, and it's on.
Yeah.
And then they can learn, like you were saying, things are a process.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you talked about that. And how do you feel now about it? Because it's almost like Biggie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Biggie owned the weight.
This is
Rick
the second
Ross
time
owned
I've
it.
heard this. Like every time I explained it, like it's just like Biggie.
Exactly, dog. The first time I saw you calling yourself that, I'm like, this is Ross Biggie right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming back.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad that you did that. Are you happy with the decisions that you made?
Yeah, very much so. Like I'm very free now on social media. Like I do whatever I want. I can go live and never. Like I don't feel insecure about anything.
It's like Nasty showing off the toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta own it, dog.
I forgot about the toe.
Gotta own it, dog.
Gotta
Once
take
you
it.
hide it,
It's yours, bro.
then everybody wants to get in that closet and find out what's in there. Once you leave it open, you're like,
Yeah. And obviously you're representing some of the kids who also just feel a little somewhat about their complexion. And now it doesn't have to be a teasing point, but rather to be like, yo, Blackie's doing it, so I'm out here doing it
No
too.
doubt.
You know what I mean? All right, so still on the music.
yeah.
There was a time we had actually spoken about it once as well on the POPcast. A few episodes, must have been a year or 2 years ago. We actually even went out to Durban to have a showcase of POPcast, and there was obviously this conversation around where Durban hip hop is sitting at the moment and whether they think they're actually pushing themselves hard enough to get themselves into the Joburg space. How are you feeling about where Durban hip hop is sitting right now?
I don't know. Like I feel like the people are very uninspired. The kids are very uninspired to like do their thing. Like the only people that I know that are really doing like hip hop are like my friends. There's no one like out of my like friendship circle that's actually, you know, trying to make it in like hip hop. Some people like left, some people switch genres, they want to do piano, man. Just so it's like, I don't know, it's very scattered. Like, and there's different types of hip hop in Durban. There's like the guys like the Duncan and Zago in them, and then there's like, you know, us who's trying to do like the more melodic roots, more trap roots, stuff like that. So yeah, it's very scattered. It's a very weird situation in Durban right now.
I'm going to stick to the music because we are firmly into the second half of the interview right now. So let's get to the album.
For sure.
You know, they say you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. You don't get a second chance to make a first album. What was your mind state? What did you want to convey? And what did you want the fans to have with this album? What were you looking to say?
I was looking to give people like a template, like basically like a taste or like a home for people to go to. If ever you hear Black and you want to know Gucci, Ubani, then you just go to this album because like there's a lot going on in it.
There is.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Too.
There's a lot going on in the album. There's a lot of different sounds that I was trying, a lot of different stuff that I wanted to do for a long time. That I was like, yeah, this is the time to do it. There's no time like now.
That's
to, like,
crazy
have
that you
something like
chose to experiment on your first album. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, man. And I guess it also all comes together even with the music. But now, coming from a Durban, and obviously you are, you featured Nasty. I know there's always this comparison because they're like, okay, is he trying to be Nasty? Is he trying to sound like Nasty?
Sure.
What are your thoughts on that feedback that you're getting from people who are listening to the music?
I feel like it's only like natural for anyone from Durban actually to like sound like similar. You know what I'm saying? Like like you're in the same environment. Like everyone is like what do you call that little debate, the nature versus nurture thing, yeah? Like I always felt like it's just your environment that brings you up and like shapes the person you are. So if the accents and the stuff you listen to is the same, then like it's only natural that by the time you get to a certain age, like you're almost the same thing. Like me and Leo, we're not even brothers, but like people think we're brothers because we like grew up in the same place. So yeah, that's only natural.
Still on the music. First song. I love it when you sing. I also love it when you rap. But I love it when you rap because I feel like I'm listening to Wayne. You force me to have to listen to a song or a verse more than once because of the way you pronounce songs. Sometimes it just like Yachleya.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't even tell when you're speaking Zulu or English because of the pronunciation, which I feel is like a new thing. You know what I mean? It's
for sure.
You've advanced what Nasty has built. You know what I'm saying? In the way that you pronunciate and enunciate stuff. With the singing and the melodic stuff, I feel like you really go in and we can get a grasp of who you are. With the Olady song, man, what are you saying there? Because sometimes I can't hear it. Why choose to start the intro, which I love, but you started the intro with something so deep. And you didn't go in and I'm just gonna rap their fucking asses off and let them know I belong here. Yeah. And you started off with a really slow, melodic, but also heart-wrenching song. Your thoughts around that and making that song.
So, yeah, like as I said, like when I was coming to Jersey, like she also go to Bettina, or the parents go to Bettina. Like I try to, the way I tried to ease them off was like I was like, mustn't figure I'm not gonna give you any problems. Like I'm gonna try to sort it out myself. Make bad that was a one and missing boy. You know what I mean? So that's what that song was about. Like I couldn't really call Uma or like text Ubab and be like something's going on. I had to put it in a song and like keep it to myself and use that as an outlet. The song, first of all, it was when I first made it, it was like banging. It had a lot of drums and stuff like that. There's a version like that. But then like a few weeks before, like we wanted to drop the album, I was like, nah, I want to make it more chilled and more, and like ease people into the album and have people like, when they hear like Big Time Slap or like Uppity or whatever, and they're like, let's go listen to the album. Like the first thing they hear is not that, you know what I mean? Like it's a very different thing. So yeah, that's what I wanted to do with it.
And then the second song is with Flame.
Yeah.
Right?
Stripes, yeah.
And then the third song,
The
David. Speaking of nasty in your relationship, it's crazy that you say I keep a stone on me like David. Because did you have nasty in mind when you said that? Not at all.
Not at all.
You just did it.
I just did it.
And then thirdly, who's the dude that is speaking there? Because there's a verse where you're speaking about how you had to like cut ties and kind of leave people behind to chase the dream.
Yeah.
You know, and then that dude comes in the back and he's like, yo, dog, fight for yours.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm trying to ask is, can you tell us some of the toughest decisions you had to make for you to be here?
Yeah.
Have you watched a movie called 127 Hours?
I don't think so.
It's about a biker dude who loves going to the Grand Canyon in America, and then he gets lodged in between a mountain and a rock, and he has to cut his arm off to survive. So that's kind of the thing that you have to do almost every time as an entertainer.
Sure.
Where now, did you cut your arm, your leg? That you have to cut, yeah.
So what happened? Like the VN is actually Leo de Leo. Like he's one of my best friends from Durban.
Yeah.
When I came here last year in Feb or March or whatever, like I was with him. Like from Durban, we agreed, good, okay, nah, we're doing this together. This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna move together, not as a duo, but just as like two rappers trying to make it. You know what I mean? So we pulled up. Hey, it was tough. Like the place I'm staying at now is like maybe the 5th crib, because like we are just moving in and out. People weren't really, fond of having two guys in their house that don't really know Gutsibazo. They know, but then they don't really know how they're gonna get there. You know what I mean? So yeah, it came to a point where Leo had to go back, because the place where I'm at, like he had to like figure out. We had to figure out who's gonna stay, because like one of the places we were gonna go to was like, you guys can pull up, but just one. Like it can't be two of you guys. You know what I mean? So yeah, we had to have a long conversation. Who has a better chance of, like, if they stay here?
Shout out Leo.
Yeah.
No many men, dudes won't do that, dog. Dudes gonna check your song already. Shout out Leo. Can't wait to meet you, bro.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, he had to bounce, and then that's like that thing. Like I don't know, because I don't really have any friends like that are from Durban.
Did you put a battery on your pack? Like, I gotta make it. There's no other option.
For sure, there was no other way. So like after that, like I think it was the day after. That's when I recorded like Elo, David.
Wow.
Yeah.
When did you record the Mama? Was it early stages when you moved here?
Yeah, it was early.
Okay. So before I go kick it to Cosmo, again, a Biggie reference. Biggie's friend was arrested with Biggie. Biggie had a gun on him. The friend was like, I'll take the case because you gonna make it. Again, the Biggie reference coming
Crazy.
Shout outs. All right, so obviously the album is out. Everybody's listening to it. Everybody's vibing. And usually when a project needs to be dropped, there's a lot of like strategy that goes into it. No, this song is going to rock. No, that one's going to go to the clubs. This one's going to do what? Sure. But all of the music is you. All of the music is your personality. All the music is your essence that you've put into the album outside of the strategy that comes after. If you had to choose the one song that you felt depicted you the best, which one would it be from the album?
It would have to be
Yo,
David.
Cosmo, that's a cue. That's a question.
It would have to be David. Like
I was
David,
about-
David is a song where I was like, yeah, no, this is the one.
It
Like,
is.
You know what I mean? Because it's like a mixture of like, you know, there's emotion in there, there's some bars in there, there's, you know, rapping, you know, melodic, you know, the backings are crazy. Like I always tell people, like, yo, that song is crazy. Like
That
you need
song's
to
dope,
listen
bro.
to it like a few times to like realize, because you know, it's actually a mazel. But yeah, David is the one.
Who predominantly? You wanted to ask Cosmo?
Yeah. I wanted to go into obviously the only piano-esque song is Siga, which I can see a lot of people are loving it because that's the vibe in South Africa. Everyone's just like, oh, that Siga song, you know.
Yeah.
Why did you kind of decide to kind of, you know, switch things up just specifically with that one song and not necessarily just keep everything like in a trap mode?
Yeah. Like having songs like Hold and The Mama Is Bad on the album like influenced me to have a song like Siga on it, because if I'm gonna switch it up from just rapping and having like an R&B thing, I might as well just throw in something else that's like, you know, a little bit more vibey, a little bit more lift than having an R&B song on like a trap or hip hop album. So yeah, and Siga's a song that I've been thinking about. Like I always envisioned like having a song like that for myself. Like even though I wanted to be a rapper, I was like, nah, I have to have this one song that's like, you know, for the people. So yeah, that's how that song came about. So
Who produced most of the album? Since you do make your own beats as well.
I'm not really sure. I'd have to.
Did you work
Think
with a number
about
of
it.
people from?
Yeah.
Was it Joburg and Durban?
Yeah, Joburg and Durban. A lot of the time when I record, like I just go through my emails and see what's going on. Cause I don't know, it's cool to have a producer in the studio, but it's also cool to hear what's going on like furthest from you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some guy
Brings other things out of you.
Yeah, there's a guy. The guy that did Mama It's Bad, the original one, is from Limpopo. The guy that did David is from Limpopo. Sally, obviously I had to have him on the album, you know. Herc, and then it's Chrysler. I think those are the only people on it. Oh, then it's one guy, Fabricated Fame. He's also from the emails. But yeah, I think it's pretty spread out. I don't think there's someone that has like, you know, predominantly produced most of the songs on the album.
Have you got any production on the
Yeah, the last song is me.
showcase?
Yeah.
Dope. Wish list for features?
Lyra, Monique Benga.
I mean, please listen to that list. It didn't come out here and saying KO, it doesn't like Kulichana.
Wow.
He said, I'm going.
Wow.
I'm trying to make these classics, man. It's
doubt,
like,
dog.
yo, it's cool. Yeah, you can have like rappers on your stuff, but like, you know, for the long run and for your sake and for anyone else that wants to hear you like step out of your box and make something that they can relate to, like I feel like it's dope to have. I mean, it would be dope. Like for me also, just listening to them from like a very young age, to have them like on something that I feel, you know,
I
very
like
proud
that.
of.
That's like Drake saying, "Who's the wish list for feature?" And he went Sade. And
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Issue."
You're going to see Blxckie on like like a jazz lineup.
For
next.
sure.
He's going to be out there,
For
Cape
sure.
Town.
Definitely. Would you
Need
do an
those.
unplugged?
Need those. Like I think someone tweeted that I need to be on the what's she called that? The JR Shandies. I need to be on one of those. You need
What was
to
it
bring
called
back.
Feel good sessions.
Yeah.
Feel good sessions.
Feel
You need to
good
be on one of
sessions.
those. Like, I used to watch those a lot.
Yes,
Used to be
you
on those.
definitely need to do one of those. I think the music also will kind of. I think it will come alive.
Hearing it with
sure.
strings and all and
Yeah.
pianos. In terms of, I want when you're dreaming about something, ne? And then it actually happens, ne? There's a period of adjustment.
Yeah.
Yabo. For when dreaming about being this star that you are now to actually achieving it, like, has something happened? Have you seen anything that you be like, yo, I'm not the same Blxckie I was no more. Like, shit
Yeah.
done changed. Besides the shows and whatever. Like,
Yeah. Like as I said, like I don't really speak to Uma a lot. So I like visiting her in Durban. So after, like, I think it is a day after the album dropped, like she called me and she was just like talking about everything. She's like, oh, son, one video, yeah, cool, perform, wada. And then she's speaking, but she's not giving me like a chance to speak and be like, oh, what did you say or whatever. So she's just speaking the whole time, and then I can hear Gucci starting to like tear up. Like I can hear Gucci, like she can't really, you know, speak anymore. And then and then she just switches off the phone. So I'm
I
like,
think you better stop. I'm starting to tear up now.
you know what I
Find some
mean?
tissue.
Old people do that. I don't know why. Like they speak and then they're just like, okay.
So I was like, I was trying to tell her, Gucci, oh, man, say I can't. And he's saying, no, I'm calling, but I can hear Gucci now. Something's going on. So yeah, so I was like, after that, I was like, yo, no, this is it's actually bigger. It's actually bigger than me now.
That's beautiful. I was actually gonna ask how your mom feels about it now, because in the beginning she was skeptical, but now she's just like,
that's the same thing she was saying. She was
Yeah.
like, yo, if ever I made you feel like something, you're not supposed to be doing this, or and she was like, I remember the time like you came back from Josie and you explained to me and you sat down and told me about everything. Yeah, it was a hectic call, but yeah. That's
man.
Shout outs, mama.
Have you ever invited her to a show?
Yeah, when I was in Durban, like I did. Like before the album though. I think now it's gonna be a little bit more crazy. I think she needs to see that. but-
Yeah, she needs to see how you're ripping up the stages right now, because it's different.
I see you love recording. I see you love making songs, but I think you love performance even more. Tell me if I'm wrong. Or maybe it's just the crowd riles up when you perform.
Yeah, I think the crowd goes crazy, but like I enjoy being in the studio and making music. I enjoy like, I don't know, just being one up and just like perfecting everything. Like I've always said that I want to find like the best way to record, the best way to make like the biggest hits. You know what I mean? That's what I sit in the studio for. That's how I sit there, just perfect everything, work on my own presets, see what I can do better and stuff like that. Performing is also dope. Like right now, like I really enjoy it.
Sure.
I've been taking my shirt off. I've been stage diving. I don't be doing that, but right now, I've been doing all that.
Ooh, you're gonna lose all of your drip on the stage. I was actually about to jump into the drip conversation as well, because obviously being an artist, you need to create a persona, you need to create a look, you need to create the way people see you, visualize you.
Sure.
You've obviously now put together who you are today. Tell me a little bit about them swanko for today. I see the ice is on luck. I also want to know about the grills, because the grills always have a story.
Yeah.
Tell me the story.
Okay, so we started with the girls because they're like the first like piece of like jewelry I try to get, because like I was like, I need girls, but I don't want no silver or like gold. You know what I mean? So I was like,
Especially coming from Durban, because like, you know, oh, gold, no silver. It's very, hey, but it comes in the wrong direction.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, so I spoke to the guy and I was like, yo, I'm trying to do something green, dog. I don't know if you can make it happen, but let's see. So I told him, and then I came to Josie and I was working the whole time. Big Time Slapper happened. And then he's like, yo, I think I got something for you.
Nice.
And then he sent me the thing and it's like, yo, this one's actually crazy, because it's like, it's not like it's emerald, it's just like glitter within like the little what you call it, the window of the girls, and then like the frames are silver. So I was like, yo, dog, this is crazy. Let's do that. And yeah, I think I'm the first and only person to have like these ones.
Yeah, definitely.
These type of ones.
Definitely. I would have corrected you if you are wrong, but you are the first, dog.
Yeah.
I was like, when I saw them, I was like, okay, setting the precedent here.
You know the vibes. And then the top one, yeah, I just needed to complete the thing because it was kind of looking weird with just having the bottom one.
Showcase.
So I had to complete the whole shinies. And then with like chains and stuff, I tried to wear like the whole diamond vibe. I tried to go with it for a bit, and I was like, nah. I'm not ready. I don't think, and I don't want to wear things that I'm unsure of. Next thing I pull my lapan and they're out there with the testers and like it's rough.
Next thing you're going green on your neck and things are tricky.
No. Can't be doing that. So I decided to go see, I just want these ones. Let's gave me the first one of these. This is the Eve Mob ones. They're out there from New York.
That's crazy.
So shout out to those guys. I see you.
That's insane.
And then this is all them. This is all them. They deliver.
I actually like
yesterday.
it. I love it. It gives you character. It's really awesome.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
wearing Skepta Nikes, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, you gotta get those.
And shout out to the Cotton Fest top too. You know what I mean?
Shout out.
Fuck. Forgot.
You forgot your question.
I totally forgot.
And you need to remember, because we're about to get into the game.
Yeah. Fuck.
There's a game.
Yes. Oh, you think you're coming here just to talk? Oh, my brother.
There's a game, but it's not a game.
All right. So he did mention a little bit earlier when you told us your name, Sihle Sithole.
Yes.
We have a game where we ask you people's ID names. Do you know who you're really hanging out with?
Let's start. Let's see.
Or is it just your bro? Like, oh no, dude, just, because that happens a lot where girls will be like, oh babe, everybody's babe.
I think I only knew Dimples' name in the last 3 years.
And he's been on holiday with this guy.
Heck,
He's gone to different countries with Dimples.
Dimples, mean of it.
let's see about
Cause now,
Yeah.
I think I heard your name last year. But I did ask him when I was talking to him on DM. I'm like, "Oh, Tim, ubani igama lakho?
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to call you black. I don't want to call you somnyama. Igama lakho ngubani?"
Yeah.
Shout out. All right, so we're going to get into it. All right, so I want you to give me the stage name. I'm going to give you the ID name.
Yeah. Okay.
Tricky. But these are your homies. You should be able to know them. I think you'll know some of them, actually. Luke Duncan Malong.
Lucas Raps.
I just start you out easy. How?
Alright, cool. Let's go.
How? Okay. Kabelo Vincent Lovu.
Uncle Vinny.
Lindo Guhle Ngwenza. Huh?
Wait, who? Lindo Guhle?
Lindo Guhle Ngwenza. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong, but anyway.
Gwenza.
There you go.
Lindo. Bao Lindo.
Well, you're on the right track. He is from Durban.
Is it script?
Nope.
Lindo Kuhle.
Wait. He's from Durban. He's here in Josie.
No, I think he's in Durban at the moment. You actually mentioned him a little bit earlier. You said he was one of the people you were checking out when you were on the come up.
That's the closest clue you can get. The one you thought was that, this is the real swag.
Is that Efalo?
Hey!
Lindo.
And the last one, Siyabonga Nene.
Siyabonga Nene.
No, this one is not your homie at all. But he's from KZN.
Is it Sia?
I love how Durban just makes it like gives their own nicknames. I'm gonna give you 2 more seconds, my brother.
I've given you too many clues. I would have never guessed this one too.
Yeah, don't worry. Everybody.
He had a big song last year.
Question.
He had a feature on it.
No,
from Joburg. He's from Durban. He had a feature on it from Joburg. Big song last year. That's it. I'm out.
Aye, it's over.
Game over. That's Big Zulu.
That was Big Zulu.
I shouldn't have called him Sia, then I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah, because he's gonna fish you.
I wasn't actually going to ask him a question. I was actually going to say, it's good that you don't smoke no weed because your eyes are chinky as is.
Rough.
Yes.
As is, Mfana. So shout outs. You also going to play a game with us. Just get that pamphlet over there.
Oh, Gonje.
And that game
Get
is...
the timer. It's the 30 seconds. I gotta get the timer.
What is this?
So you need to explain to us what's on the card without telling us what's on the... It's 30 seconds, basically.
Okay, cool. Danko Zalo.
Danko Zalo.
Shampuru Makenzo.
Yeah. Lucas Raps, you always say is big.
Big time slapper.
No.
Huh?
No.
Big time rapper.
Okay, let's go to the next one. The song that you thought it was about Nasty.
David.
She has a song with me and D Koala.
No, she.
K-Kid.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I was lost. I was about to say, you were supposed to guess
Okay,
Tiko
this
one.
word, dog. How do explain
Time's
this?
up. Time's up.
Let's see that
But
last
that
one.
was cool. That was 3 out of 4.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Who's
Big
that?
Gosh.
Who's that?
Lucas Raps says Big Gosh.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
okay.
What does gosh mean, by the way?
I don't know. You have to ask Lucas Raps.
Yeah, we actually gonna get you in studio too, Lucas. We're just waiting for you to maybe drop an album too.
I already knew you.
Yeah, that was the easier one
That's
because that's
why.
all he says.
Every
Even in the
comment.
comments.
That is crazy.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today, Blxckie.
Thank
We
you so
really
much,
appreciate
man.
your time. We really appreciate your energy. We are, my time is still going here. We are definitely supporting you 1000%.
Thank you so much.
Obviously, now that the run is in, the music is out, what can we expect from Blxckie? Because, I mean, you're on everybody's tongue right now. So everybody's watching.
Yeah.
What should we watch out for?
Yeah, as I said, I'm about elevating. I'm about like making myself better, perfecting everything. I'm trying to work on videos now. So the whole album, I'm trying to do like trying to have like visual representation of the album.
Very key, very important.
Yeah, I'm trying to do different renditions of the album also, you know what I'm saying, acoustic version, you know, different types of things. Yeah, and then also maybe a little deluxe thing.
Dope. Is there an R&B album on the way?
We could do that, but I think the acoustic version of the thing will
solve
could
that,
suffice. Yeah.
Nice,
Showcase.
nice.
Dope, man. What do you listen to? Do you listen to a lot of rap or a lot of other music? I see you listening to a lot of other music genres.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Blxckie.
Shoot. And on that note, folks,
There's nobody else.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, cool. So big ups to you, man. Really loving the run, and I really hope you shine. I mean, everybody's looking at you, so we're definitely supporting you, and we're gonna be there, obviously, just to make sure that you take it to the top. And I think the rest of South Africa is gonna do the same.
No doubt.
Thank you so much for joining us.
and that's all, folks.
Yeah, boy, yes.
Yo, so on the real, guys, we had taken our pictures. We were done. Blxckie was about to be out of here. Then I asked him, actually, how did you come up with the yeah? And he's like, yeah, it became a story. Like, no, let's set up the cameras. While the cameras were getting set up, his team is like, do you know that he beat J. Cole and Nicki Minaj to be number one? I did see the Apple Music shiny list,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, well done on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you
now
so
let's
much.
get to the yeah.
For sure. So for the longest time, I thought I came up with it myself.
You started it wrong.
Oh yes, this is the first time. This is first time. This is exclusive.
Exclusive.
So the reason why I said exclusive,
Yeah?
the reason why I said exclusive is because I was thinking about it a lot, like recently, because I've been getting the question a lot. I used to think I came up with it by myself, like during the first 21 days of lockdown. But then, as I said, like I think about myself a lot and like my thought process and whatever. And I think it comes from the Pharrell song with, I don't know, I think it's called Beautiful or something. The one that goes, baby girl,
Beautiful. It's good.
I just want you.
That's it.
Then he goes, so the song goes, oh, 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 oh. Then the next one goes,
Yeah.
so that's where I think it comes from.
No
I think
doubt.
So. I think
Good
so.
story. Love
Kid, I
that.
love it so much.
And cut.
What an insightful interview, hey?
Very, very dope. And for a new artist, you know how new artists be about interviews and how they can come across very shy, don't know what to
Yeah.
say. Like you said, it was so insightful. And I love the fact that he can talk so well about himself as a new artist. Some new artists don't know how to do that. But he's also not overselling.
Yeah.
And then he can answer questions that are not so comfortable without losing his vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really dug that.
Very comfortable within himself, very chilled. And I think for him, it's like he knew he was going to be next, but then he's still just like, okay, but let me keep a piece of myself. You know what I mean?
Which is very key.
Really, really key, really amazing. And dope interview. I enjoyed his energy. And like I've been saying, we're supporting him. We've got his back 100%. And yeah, man, I just think, the world is your oyster, Blxckie. Take it
Sure.
and run with it, brother.
Sky's the limit, bro.
Yes. All right. So thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Pop Radio. Of course, we will check you again in 2 weeks' time with another edition.
Sorry, sky's not the limit. It's just the beginning.
Game over.